Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial, but this is focusing on covering a monster pimple. Like, what is monster pimple? I know you can see it from over there. My camera is like 10 feet away and you can still see it. I woke up with this about like 2 days ago. So ugly. Check it out. I name all monster pimples Pastilio because they're so big. They deserve a name. But anyways, Pastilio has been popped twice and is still alive. It's like a zombie pimple. He just keeps coming back and getting bigger and worse. And yeah, it was horrible. But anyways, this was like one of those deep-seated pimples that took like, just hurts and hurts. It takes weeks to even make a bump on your face, but you feel it. Anyways, let's try to cover this bad boy up, okay? On my face, I already have a sunscreen moisturizer, Neutrogena sunscreen moisturizer. I'll put all the product links in the description below if I can find them. I believe I can, but you know, we'll see. In case you want to follow along, I have a mirror down here, so we'll be looking down a lot, just so I can see. Now, I'm just gonna tuck my hair back to get out of my face. So I already have moisturizer on. What I'm going to do next is put concealer on the spots that need it the most, which in this case is the Gigantor pimple. So it's like super crusty and gross. But I'm just gonna put it on the areas I don't want concealer. So most people put concealer on after their foundation or whatever, but when it comes to like extreme concealing, I like to just do it before and after, as you'll see, because one coat is not enough to hide this monster. It looks like it now, but it's not. Okay. So what you want to do is take your beauty blender or some kind of a foundation sponge or whatever and just kind of lightly tap. Now I lost mine and I just used this kabuki brush. Anything that's like soft and dense with dense bristles will work. Okay, but you're going to want to be really light-handed. So I'm just going to just tap very gently. You don't want to remove the product. But you're just going to want to roughly blend it in. And so for me, this does conceal everything if I didn't have this bump. But since this is like a 3D protruding Gigantor pimple, what I'm going to do is actually just blend around the pimple and not on top at this point, because we're going to cover it anyways. So it's so big. Anyways, this is just me. Do you guys get like monster pimples when you're on your period too? Oh, sharing too much information? Sharing is caring though. So give this video a thumbs up because I care. I share so much with you guys. Maybe. But anyways. Okay. So that's done. And this is just a kabuki brush. I got it in a BoxyCharm box. I'll put the link down below for BoxyCharm. It really is like, you can definitely get a variety of products and new brands to try. And it's totally worth it. Okay, now I'm going to set the concealer. Oh, I didn't even say what concealer I used. Okay, I used the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Okay, then I'm going to set the concealer with this Makeup Forever HD Finishing Powder. This is high definition pressed powder. And I love this stuff. Like, I actually broke the compact, so it comes apart. And I hit pan. This is like probably the only thing I've ever hit pan on. And I'm just going to swirl the same brush. And I'm going to slightly tap on the blemish area. And then I'm gonna go into the normal. I'm just gonna sweep it all over my face. And I'm even doing the eyelids because I put concealer down. Ooh, right here. So at this point, it looks a lot better than having nothing on it. Okay. Then I'm going to take one of my all-time favorites, which is the Garnier BB Cream, and this one is in shade Light/Medium, Skin Renewal Miracle Skin Perfector. I really think this does help with the condition of your skin. It's not enough to use on its own. You're gonna have to use finishing powder, and I just use like one drop like that. I put it on my kabuki brush. For me, just out of like laziness, I like to use as little brushes as possible. But I really feel it. Like this does everything. Okay. So I'm just gonna dot on top. I'm gonna put the highest concentration on the places that I need to cover the most. And then I will just tap to blend and swirl to blend in places that don't need as much coverage. Okay. I'm going to blend down the face and a little to the neck, just so you don't get that foundation line. As far as I can tell, it's blended. Now you're still going to see like this 3D bump. There's no way to hide it, but what you can do is distract people from looking at here by making your eyes a little more bold, or your lips a little more bold. But I would say do the eyes because you don't want attention focusing down here. But before we do that, let's set the BB cream. So a lot of people complain about this BB cream, saying like, oh, it didn't work for me because you have like oily or combination skin. It's because you need finishing powder. You need to set it, or it will like lift, and it will make you look shiny, it'll make you look oily, it might feel greasy. It's because it moisturizes. So what you're gonna do is just lightly set it. Again, the area of the blemish, you don't want to be like doing the circular motion. You're gonna want to just pat. I'm just using a very light hand to pat. Okay. Now we have the foundation set. And so if you're doing like a natural look or whatever, right here, you're done. Put a little, do your eyebrows, put mascara on, and lip gloss, and you're set. Okay, next I'm going to take some eyeshadow, and I'm using Naked Urban Decay Eyeliner Palette. What I'll do first are the brows. I'm using this slanted angle brush here. I'm going to be using this kind of like matte medium brown shade and just dip my brush in there. And I'll just use this as a mirror. I'm going to start by filling in my brows by starting at the midsection. And just blending inward and going in brush strokes. We start in the front. I find it can get a little too dark and just look crazy. See? Okay, might look crazy now, but I'm not done yet. Alright, we'll do the other side. Brows are done. Now we're gonna get to the eyeshadow portion. Just gonna use this fluffy brush by BH Cosmetics. This is number 129. And it's just like this really soft, thick, bristled, fluffy brush. I really do like the brushes. Definitely recommend it if you're on a budget and you want good quality. BH Cosmetics is for you, and I'll put the link down below. I'm going to take this transition shade right here. It's just kind of like a matte taupe. How do you say that? Taupe? Taupe. 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 Shade, and then I'm just going to go right under my eye socket. So my eye socket is right here. Let me do that. Oh yeah, please excuse my nails. They're like 2-3 weeks growth. I'm gonna be hopefully doing a nail tutorial soon. So I actually did experiment and I did like one thumb as a gel fill. So these are acrylics with gel on top, and I filled it using gel. So you can see this. I think it's okay, pretty decent. Alright, back to the eyes. I'm just gonna go in like this. And just kind of mini circles. Follow that brow bone. Eye socket bone, I mean. Just blend a little. It's gonna look crazy at first, but you'll see. You'll see. But you see how it automatically made this eye look bigger? And same for the other side. What I'm doing is I'm taking the corner of my eye and then blending up, following the eye socket bone. And then going in with a little circles. Then I'm wiping my brush on this thing that I'm currently working on. It is, I crocheted this little makeup brush wiper. And if you want to know how I made it, I can't really tell you yet because I kind of just made it up. But maybe one day, put a comment down below if you want to know how I made my makeup brush wiper. So what I like to do is I just kind of just scrub it on this crochet pad and just to remove some product. So there's nothing on my brush now. I'm just gonna blend the edge here. Okay, I'm just gonna try to blend that in. And blending upwards. Okay. Then I'm going to take my highlighter shade. Right here, I'm using the same brush. And I'm going to go right under the arch of the brow. And blend. You can also go a little bit under your brow. And just blend those two together. It looks like a very natural look so far. You can just like pop on a lid color and like mascara and you can be good to go. Or if you're going to take it a little further, like I am. Okay, so I have this other brush now. This is a eyeshadow brush. So I'm going to take this bronzy kind of like gold bronze color, and I'm gonna just lay that on my lid area. I'm just gonna pat. So I like to use like almost like a fluffy flat brush to do this, because that way you can blend as you pat. You can like pat and blend at the same time. And you're gonna just focus on, so I'm looking straight, the end, the like outer part of my iris, from here in, you're gonna put on your lid shade. From here in, I'm only putting it here and here. This outer corner, which we call the outer V, is gonna be your defining shade, which is gonna be your darkest shade. So you're gonna leave that blank because there's no point in putting this light color there. It's just gonna get covered up. Now I'm just gonna use a slightly more tapered, fluffy square brush than before. This one was a lot fluffier than this one. You can see. And this one just needs to be a little more precise and a little more dense. I'm going to go into the darkest shade here. I'm just going to put some on my brush, tap any excess. And again, you're going to go into this outer V area. And I'm just going to start by just putting it in the crease. So from the corner of my eye, just sweep out to meet the crease. And then you can also bring it down a little to fill in the area. You're going to want to blend it. Just a little. So to do the other eye, so I start from the bottom, go up in a V into my crease, and I'm just going slightly above my natural crease. And then sweeping downward. What you can do is take your transition shade brush and just kind of go back in and blend. Upward. And now we're like, what pimple? First thing I see is not a monster pimple anymore. It's more like, oh, your eyes pop. Your eyes are popping. Next, I'm gonna line my eyes. And it has two tips. It has like a regular crayon tip, and then it has a marker tip. Just gonna line as close to the eyelash as possible. Okay, repeat the same on the other eye. I'm gonna use the crayon side under my eye instead. And I'm going to use the same brush that I put the darkest shade on with. And then I'm just going to go under. Okay, then I'm going to take the highlighter shade and then put that on the rest of the bottom part of my lashes. I'm gonna take my Panasonic electric eyelash curler. I will do a full product review on this if you'd like. Just leave a comment down below. My eyelash curler is now hot, and I'm going to start by putting a coat of mascara on. And then repeat on the other side. Eyes are done. Go back in with concealer. Okay, sorry guys, my camera totally died, so I'm gonna be walking you through the rest of this with my laptop. What I did was basically after I blended in the concealer, put finishing powder to set it. Anytime you use concealer or anything like creamy or moisturizing, you're going to want to set it with finishing powder so it doesn't move or left. And then you're going to do the contour. I just used a regular contour color from the On One Makeup palette. And I just did the E3, so E and 3, those where I put the contour. And then I contoured down the sides of my nose, put highlighter on the tip of my nose and on the tops of my cheekbones. And then I used a Gerard liquid lipstick. I can't read the color, so I'm not even going to bother trying to show you, on my lips. And that was it. And now we're done. I mean, yeah, you can still see my pimple. It's a 3D object on my face. Can't really hide it. But it's a lot less noticeable. Now you kind of just focus on your features instead of your flaws. So now you just see like eyebrows, eyes, lips instead of ginormous pimple. So hopefully this video has helped you. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Ninja Nation by clicking that red button down below. Check out the links in the description and leave a comment if you have any questions, ideas, or tips on how to help hide this monster pimple yourself. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!